Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay,
I'm Craig.
Yeah.
and we have football. First off, the NFL is trying to get rid of
What we
tackling.
going to talk about here? We always talk about football.
Right now.
Okay, but no. So yeah, you're right. We're going into
Yeah.
what week is this for the free agency for us now? Third week of
I
talking
think
free
it'll be
agency.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
Third week of free agency.
And all we talking about is the South shall rise again.
Oh,
So we're just
God.
gonna skip the hip drop tackle that I just talked about.
Well, we're going south, right? So the
No.
We are. Well, apparently, that's illegal now. You cannot tackle in a southern position. If you try to
Oh, my God.
tackle them and take them to the ground, it is now officially a penalty.
Dang man, we're taking
So-
now it's flag football, y'all.
Flag
When does football just go a two-hand touch? Maybe like, oh, there's one. Oh, yeah, there's the other hand. Yeah, he's down. Like, when does that just become the thing? Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
this is crazy.
I mean,
it's how do you take? I'm not gonna lie to you. What does a small cornerback do against a Derrick Henry?
Or even a
Oh.
Nick Chubb,
Yeah.
Saquon Barkley, like anybody who
Like
has that,
you're gonna
Austin
basically-
Eckler, like yeah, you're gonna get dragged and you're gonna fall off, and then you're gonna lose your job because well, like what am I supposed to do if I drag
Or-
them down?
you're gonna see them taking out knees.
well, I
You
mean,
can't do that. That's a penalty.
that's the penalty. I mean, the plan is to make it all scoring all the time. You know, the scoring. I mean, last year alone, I think was one of the higher scoring. So that's the defenders are getting better and better, though.
Yeah.
So now we got to keep adding to these
You're trying to
rules.
make a violent sport
Non-
non-violent.
and that's no.
It's impossible.
It's a contact sport.
I'm like I said, I get the whole concussion thing. I get the problems and stuff, but like, you can't take concussions out of boxing without ruining the sport. So if you go into boxing, you are taking on the risk
Of getting a concussion.
of getting mentally damaged.
Brain damage.
It's a thing like that. You know this.
There's a chance you might hurt your legs in football. There's a
You
chance.
might break your knee.
I mean,
your
yeah.
heart might stop in a tackle. I mean,
It's sad, but it's true. People get
That's
injured.
why you
It's-
get paid millions of
It's
dollars.
very, but you know it's a
because
very
even like when
physical
the
sport.
league minimum isn't well, okay, like even your like least paid is like $750,000. Like practice squad guys make more than most people earn in 10 years.
But
Like
they're worried about them getting hurt. But we won't
we still
go
have
to
turf.
grass. You still got turf. Like if you're worried about the safety of the players, why don't we have real grass on the field?
I mean, how many Jets and Giants players have to tear their knees and ankles and Achilles and
Before
stuff
it's a
before we realize
problem.
like, oh,
non-contact injuries are just as big. So, but they don't.
Sterling Shepard was walking off the field. The play was over. It was done. He was just walking off the field and fell over.
Yeah,
Like Aaron Rodgers made it 4 plays.
and he was not tackled.
Odell Beckham played 17 games in 4 years. Like,
Greenlaw was running onto the sideline.
he
Running
wasn't
on the
even
sideline.
running off.
He was running-
He was
running
getting
on
ready
the
to
field.
take a step to run
To
and
go,
tore it.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
That's
it's terrible.
I mean,
well, but that's what it's.
But yeah, I
like-
mean, it's so if it's player safety, you're getting rid of turf. You're like it's
money,
scoring.
money.
Scoring makes more money, and that's what.
Office sell
Yeah.
tickets.
So yeah, no.
So
But I mean, it's just really unfair. I think for a defender,
Yeah.
like
it's already impossible.
it's my
to
job
play
to
with
make
how
sure
good
he
these
doesn't
guys
get in the
are.
end
You're
zone,
making
but you're
him think
it
when he's
so
supposed to have a
easy.
less than a split-second reaction time.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You're
that's
making-
how these really bad looking tackles get missed, and you're like, oh my god, how can
Why
you do
he
that?
not tackle him? Because
Because-
now I'm like, oh, I can. Yeah.
Don't go high. Oh, go low. Oh, that's too low. Like, yeah, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
My man, basically, you're telling me right now where they can tackle is legit thigh to below, like stomach to thigh. They have literally a 18-inch space where they can tackle them now.
Yeah.
Because you can't,
That's
or you gotta go for their feet.
yeah,
Well, other than that,
There's nowhere.
their
Yeah.
ankle.
good luck.
So, but now we can talk about.
We'll hold hope for the game. We still love it. We'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
But
It was fun.
back to
talking.
free agency and not quite so angry things. Well, I mean, I guess if you're a rival of one of these teams, it might be. But we'll go NFC South. We have the Carolina Panthers.
Traded Brian Burns to you guys.
Yes, they did.
Tagged and traded.
For literally
like nothing. Like a 6th round
pick.
pick.
That's because they need anything. They're
Yeah.
desperate.
But I mean, there was conversation he was getting a 1st round pick.
Yeah.
I think the Rams called him like before the trade deadline and offered like a 1st round pick or like 2 2nd-round picks or something like that. And they were like, nah. And then we got him for like a 6th and like a 5th next year. Because they waited. And then, yeah.
I mean, then they also, what do you got? A'Shawn
But
Robinson?
A'Shawn Robinson was a dog for the Rams. He was a dog for us. So he will shore up that interior line for Carolina. That is true. They will not get run right up the middle. He is a stout DT.
Now, and then other than that, they traded for Deontay Johnson from the Steelers because they traded Deontay Johnson for they gave them Dante Jackson.
Yeah.
So my thing about this is the moves that the Carolina Panthers made. If I'm being honest,
aren't that big a deal. They didn't do anything. Like your team is
your biggest problem is your owner.
You think they're waiting for the draft though?
Yeah.
You think there's people they might want to draft?
They need so much more than the draft has to offer. Like they need 42 picks. How many players are on the team? I guess Bryce Young's the only thing they're keeping, so they need 50 players.
Is Adam Thielen still on the team?
I think so.
He's old.
But yeah.
Like, it's gonna be interesting what happens.
They don't got a 1st round pick.
Are they gave that?
Bears.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, but then the owner won't even let them have a bad year. So that means if this guy is bad, are you gonna fire him too? Because that was that coach's first year, right?
Nice at fans.
And it's going to happen. This is a whole new group of people. This is a new coach, a new plays. They gonna have I think you gotta give a coach at least 3 years. I think you gotta give him at least 3 years. And if they don't, I get it. If year 2 and it's absolutely no improvement, then I can see you okay. But year 3 is usually what you see. In any relationship, you can see where it's going to go, I believe. By year 3 tells you everything you need to know.
By no later than the end of year 3.
And you should be able to decide whether or not
it's worth it.
If it's worth it.
Yeah.
Especially that's exactly how I feel about the Carolina Panthers. See that?
Yeah. Because if you're going to fire them year 1, you're never. It's going to be like Cleveland. In Cleveland, as soon as they start to get everything rolling, that's just when they get rid of their coach, and then they got to start all over again.
Yeah.
Their crap all over again. And as soon as okay, you can tell, I think about to get the idea of this, what he wants. They fire them, and now we're starting, and this
all over again.
And then what coach is going to trust him?
Yeah.
This guy has no trust. He's already having his resume ready because he knows.
As soon as now, only good thing is they'll get the number 1 overall pick next year. So
if they suck.
No. I'm just
win. Okay, that's
the win, not an if. We're already the worst division in football. Let's be real. The NFC South is the worst division in football.
And they got Kirk coming in with us.
So, but
next the Saints.
I guess next would be down
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
And
they finally got rid of the old deadweight Michael Thomas.
Damn. Tell me how you really feel about it.
I'm being honest. My man's
is always hurt. He is
he had that one season where he caught 140 something balls, and he got that humongous contract. And you know what he did after that?
Got hurt. He'd been hurt every game since. Just
he's played, I think in 4 years since he's played out of the possible 90 something game, he's played 16. Yeah. He hasn't even played a full season in 4 years again.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice pickup to replace Michael Gallup. Well, I mean, I guess you don't want to go.
No.
I was like, I guess you don't go from one injury. No. Well, he might just not like the Rams, the Saints. It might have been a personal thing. Maybe he didn't like the setup, and he's like, I'm not gonna.
I ain't got time for that. I'm ready for a Super Bowl, so I don't have time for somebody let me fill out my team. No.
Yeah, you're right. That long term is a better.
No.
I know. I want.
But
I want a ring.
They did add Willie Gay and Chase Young,
Really gay.
which
And they actually say that defense needed it because their defense
was getting to the point where Cam Jordan was the only thing they had.
is. Oh, and Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they need help on the linebacker, and also they do need help with Cam Jordan. But I think remember their defense is the only thing really keeping them in games because remember they wasn't really scoring nothing last year.
Well, yeah.
Like even with Derek Carr coming in there,
Oh,
Well, Carr had a bunch of injuries, so he didn't even really.
they had injuries.
Is he
Alvin Kamara was
staying?
out for
Is Carr
half.
staying?
He stayed.
They paid him that contract. He stayed.
Yeah.
But they got Chris Olave. They I feel like they're gonna get some pieces.
It's a deep wide receiver class. They can add some more weapons.
I mean, honestly, like we said, it's NFC South. The Saints are usually always in the running to at least be close to going to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, 8-8 usually wins that division. So, but
Been there.
now the only team that's won a Super Bowl anytime near here, Tampa Bay, and they didn't let anybody go that was that big a deal, and they didn't have a whole lot of like new signs. Well, I don't think they really had any new signs. Most of their news is in re-signs.
Yeah.
They get Shaq Barrett back. They get
No, they got rid of
Antoine
Shaq
back.
Barrett.
Oh, they released Shaq Barrett.
Yeah,
we
That-
said
so that's their
yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
I like,
That
we
was the
said-
one loss that they had. You're right, Shaq
Yeah,
Barrett
that was
gone.
a
Sorry,
conversation.
they re-signed Antoine Winfield, Mike Evans, and then they got a quarterback at Baker Mayfield. And
He looked good last year.
He looked
so
very
I
good
can-
last year.
Yeah, I felt good.
Yeah, y'all remember? Told you Baker was going
I
to do
always
something.
love me some Baker, so I feel good. Like, I feel like he got a bad.
Take some pies. Oh, Baker.
I feel like you're stupid. I just feel like he got like, I don't know,
A bad rap?
mistreated a little bit in Cleveland. Like,
They gave him
No, the end of
they gave
Cleveland
him-
was
yeah.
at the end of Cleveland. That was
that's
that, yeah.
what I'm
Oh,
saying.
yeah, that was
though.
that was that whole Odell
I give
paper
you
mache
so
Beckham,
much, and then
Yeah,
paper mache Beckham and his father.
yeah.
because he doesn't throw the ball 80 yards downfield every play. I don't know how to play with him, but like,
Yeah,
He's a
so, but I think, yeah,
I
you know,
mean,
I
they won the
love
division last year. You're not gonna change that when you don't really have any.
Won a division and won a playoff game.
Yeah,
Mike
Beat
Evans
the Eagles.
is my
Remember?
boo. So.
Pick the Eagles up out of there.
Eagles.
There's no way I would have I was like, when they weren't sure they were re-signing Mike Evans last year. I was just like,
I'm sorry, to lie to you.
it's Mike Evans.
When Mike Evans went to be a free agent, I was praying and hoping.
Oh, who was it? It's Mike Evans.
And
Like,
but
it's like wishy times. He did
it don't matter.
Real.
He's still
He
ends
1,000
his
yards
job.
every
You
year.
need him. He right on time.
Look,
like, I'm serious.
He
I
ends with
love Mike
1,000
Evans.
yards.
Like,
And honestly, the man averages almost 10 touchdowns a season.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, when you need him, like, he might have his moments like, Mike, what was that? But I feel like
He usually
when,
always makes up for it.
yes, and when it's like, this is it, this is the moment, he gonna be there. I just like, I love, so.
And Baker's scrappy. He's not gonna give up. He's gonna keep pushing.
And I mean,
He's
he
gonna keep
said
fighting.
he wasn't gonna resign if Baker wasn't there.
Yeah,
so
they seem to love Baker. That team seems to love Baker Mayfield.
But he's exactly the type of quarterback they need. They're a gutsy, resilient team. They don't give up. They're always clawing and
they're always
scratching.
like the misfits a little bit too. I think Tampa is
Yeah.
like, if you need a home,
It's not necessarily pretty, but they fight to get it
they
done.
they're scrappy, like you said. Like,
Tampa's always been misfits, truthfully.
I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
they were
I mean-
Yucks at one point.
Oh, yeah, I mean, let's not forget, when people saw them creamsicle jerseys, they was like, that's a win.
Yeah, you lost that one.
So, I mean,
That's why they had to switch to them tan goldish joints. They were like, "Yo, we ain't gonna be able to overcome this one."
I don't know. Miami's
But,
tangerine and turquoise.
Still, it was just the stain it left. It wasn't. It's like what you keep saying about the Browns. Like, y'all might need to just change.
I
something
do.
else.
I
Get a new
really-
color scheme or something.
and now it leads us to Georgia.
Georgia,
Oh God.
but yeah,
They released.
they absolutely killed it.
Y'all
Yeah.
have to talk at the same time.
It's absolutely okay.
They released John Smith, but they brought in Kirko Chains.
Chains.
My man was trying to get paid. I can't even lie. One thing about Kirk Cousins, he making money.
Yeah, he is. Like,
Like,
He's gonna play
I need
well
guarantees. I needs my money.
And he is going to play well enough. He is going to play well enough to make sure that next year, somebody, whether it's the team he's on or somebody else, is going to want to pay him again.
And we saw, and the funny part about it was, you saw when he went down and wasn't in Minnesota, he was that offense.
Yeah, that offense was not rocking when he was not in there.
They totally crumbled.
And then you bring him to Atlanta, who has Drake London, Bijan Robinson, and Kyle Pitts, who have all shown flashes, but very lack of quarterback play over their existence in Atlanta.
And they added
Darnell Mooney, Rondell Moore, and Ray McCloud. Like, that's a lot of route running speed.
It's gonna be interesting to see the offense they run with that, because there's a lot of speed there. There's gonna be, you know what? I can see a lot of screens, a lot of outs, a lot of like quick slants.
Yeah.
I could and
who's OCing? Because Raheem Morris is the head coach right now. He's defensive.
I don't know. I don't know.
So who is running that offense?
That's gonna be interesting. I have no idea.
Continue your analysis. We'll figure that out.
I also think of one thing about Atlanta. The problem with them has been you can score them.
Yeah, because they score.
Yeah, but you can score on them.
Yeah.
That's always been the MO. Now, with Raheem Morris being the head coach and being defensive minded, that defense should be getting it together. But last year they did sign a lot of people to their defense. They got Jesse Bates last year.
Yeah.
Who else? They ended up getting a lot of people
filling
people to come in. So
stability players.
Yeah. So I think that this year we're gonna see. I'm still not sold on NFC South, but I look forward to seeing the Falcons, Tampa, even a bit of New Orleans, see what they do. Overall, from what we see for free agency, I'd give the grades for these teams. I give Atlanta Falcons like an A-. Give Tampa Bay, I give them a B.
I give them a B.
I give New Orleans, to be honest with you, it's like a C+, maybe like a C.
And Carolina
like a C.
A D.
I mean, I'm not gonna give them a D. I'm gonna give I'd give New Orleans a C+, and I'd give Carolina a C-. C-. I'm gonna be generous. C-.
I think a C- is less than a C, isn't it?
Yeah, it's close to a D+.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much closer. Yeah.
Close to D+.
Zach Robinson from the Rams is the OC in Atlanta.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's a good offensive mind.
Okay.
Who, if he can run that Kirk Cousins can run that Sean McVay offense with all those weapons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Atlanta's defense was good last year, and Raheem Morris can put a defense together.
Mm-hmm.
So
I say he was just say.
Well, I'm just saying, so now I could see Atlanta being competitive realistically. Maybe not Super Bowl competitive. I'd say like playoff, maybe even a decent playoff.
Playoffs.
We'll see.
I mean, short of whether Kirk Cousins keeps having the same problem of like getting
hurt
and not winning. He only has one playoff win in 12 seasons.
Yeah.
So.
And he's been there.
He started off with the skin, so.
I'll give you that, but
he's been in Minnesota for the past been in Minnesota the past 5 seasons.
They can't beat Green Bay.
Whose fault is that?
I'm just saying. I don't.
You chose the team.
I mean, Hall of Famer though.
Yeah, I'm just.
Do you think
he couldn't really get past Aaron Rodgers?
Even when Aaron
Rodgers.
No,
I'm talking about Rodgers. Like he couldn't get past Rodgers because he lost to us last year.
They have a hard time with Green Bay. I'm just saying that.
I don't think they've had to play them since Rodgers left, so that's the issue.
They have to.
Not in the playoffs.
Oh well, no, the playoffs.
But yeah,
that's true.
So
moving right
now,
along.
Switching from NFC to AFC, but staying down south where we love to be.
Oh my God! Did you just?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll bring up the Colts first.
Yeah.
Indianapolis re-signed Michael Pittman and Kenny Moore, which needed to happen because their best wide receiver and one of their best corners, and they lost.
They lost Gardner Minshew. Went to the Raiders.
And
that was the good quarterback who got into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also lost Okuda. Jeff Okuda, the corner.
Oh, you said he was from Detroit, not Indy.
Oh, that is Detroit. The Colts lost. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong blue team. Maybe. But
how about you stick to the notes?
Anyway, the only thing they really did was add Joe Flacco.
But that's also, you got a big veteran presence for Anthony Richardson. He can really pick his brain. Like Gardner Minshew, he was a veteran, but he wasn't.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But I don't think their game is anywhere relative enough that he's really gonna be able to help him. Because what he needs help is to learn how to not get his brain scrambled when he keeps going on the runs.
Well,
he don't run.
Joe Flacco doesn't run.
He doesn't run. So
And one thing Joe Flacco could throw was a pretty deep ball, and the rest was a big arm.
Yeah.
So yeah.
He might teach him, like, well,
I'm
could
like,
just stay in the pocket.
Well, yeah, he doesn't run.
I tried.
From reading your tape last season, stay inside the numbers.
Don't run.
Well, how's the Colts line?
Their line was one of the best in the league.
So yeah.
What? Hang on. Was because
And
they still.
then it became the highest paid in the league, and then it was the worst in the league. Literally, like that year was the worst in the league. And so last year it was like, oh, okay, they're starting to get back to what they can do.
So
Okay.
I mean, and let's not lie. The Colts offense, they got pieces. They got Pierce. They got
Pittman.
Who's out? They got Mo Alley Cox, or did he leave? I can't remember. And they still have good old Jonathan Taylor back there.
Yeah.
So let's not act like they're.
It's just, I don't know.
But
excite me.
honestly,
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Nothing about their team.
They
You
haven't
know what that makes
excited me in a
you got to
long
watch.
they haven't been excited since Andrew Luck left.
Yeah, they haven't. And even then,
Yeah, and even that was wishy-washy.
And
by the end, he was not exciting. So yeah,
I mean, he wasn't excited because they couldn't keep him up.
I mean, I'm sure they're still mad that they didn't get Peyton to try after.
That's a good old.
Because if they would have kept him one more year, even at least one more year, he could have groomed Andrew Luck. And that way Andrew Luck could have matured a little bit and kind of learned how to do.
Thrown in there. Yeah.
He kind of had to win with nothing, and I don't know. I think
But
Peyton would have helped him.
it is what it is. So we move it down to we're going to Jacksonville.
Going to Duval.
Going back to Florida.
Who spent their time adding pieces. Because pretty much everybody else in this division tried to get better.
Sorry.
They signed Gabe Davis, big downfield receiver.
That's good for them.
Mitch Morris, very stout center.
Yeah.
Really will help make sure that Trevor Lawrence isn't getting that pressure right up the middle, which he did have a lot of. They got Darnell Savage, which is a stout safety, which they could have used because they did get beat deep a lot. They got Devin Duvernay, who's another offensive weapon.
Speedy and tall.
Yeah.
Now, the only thing about him is his hands ain't
Great. They can be a little.
Remember, he's from Baltimore.
Yeah, I remember.
So
he can be a little bit, but sometimes you just need him. Sometimes if he can just take a body away from the fray, that's all you need, and he can't do that.
Let's not even forget they lost. We'll talk about that soon. But Calvin Ridley did leave them in free agency.
He did. Yeah, and that's a big receiver.
That's why they went and got Gabe Davis and Devin
Duvernay because they need both of them to replace him.
And then you said they got Eric Armstead. Which is a big stout piece for that D line. I honestly thought Dallas should have gone and got him. That would have been a big thing to kind of help with that run stop. He comes from the Niners. That man, he's good.
You know me.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. If you got anybody from the Niners defense who's up for free agency, that was good. They are a defense to take people from.
We were told not to worry because we have plenty of time to get.
Once again,
we got time.
And Jerry said, if I didn't draft him, I don't want him. And he gonna stick to the draft.
So, but
Jacksonville. You know what? Jacksonville let me down last year because when we saw them that one year,
Jacksonville has let me down every year since Trevor Lawrence.
Really? They let me down a lot. I'm not. I think I'm starting to think quarterback guru coach Doug Peterson doesn't know what to do because let's see, that year when Patrick Mahomes was hurt and they had him on the ropes, they could have punched him out. They lost. Last year, they fell flat on their face towards the end of the season. Didn't make the playoffs.
Didn't we beat them? Weren't we the game that kept them out of the playoffs? No, that was the year before. That was to get ourselves in the playoffs, and we almost got them bounced.
And they just didn't look good. I also don't know what Khan, their owner's doing. Is he still trying to move them they're basically a London team in my eyes. Because they play where they win. They play in London like 4 games a year.
Yeah, and they do much better there. They have a big fan base there.
Yeah, I don't know.
I see Phillip Rivers and Trevor Lawrence. I see a kid that has a nice arm. He puts up good stats, but he doesn't win games.
Honestly, I don't know if it's all him.
You think it's a group effort?
Honestly, no. The problem is, I think it's a scheme a little bit, and I think it's because last year, I'm not gonna lie to you, Travis Etienne was eating up In fantasy, I had him.
Yeah.
That is true.
Travis Etienne was going off.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley was getting points.
Yeah.
They also had Evan
good.
Ingram. He was frying.
Yes.
And then also, who was the other wide receiver they had?
Um,
Oh my God, I had him too.
Oh,
I can't even remember his
I
name.
forget names. I'm like getting the word.
Oh my goodness, he was also a big. It's not Zay Jones. It was the other one. I forget. I can't remember. Christian
Kirk.
Kirk.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk was frying. So like he had weapons around him. They were
That's what
doing
I'm
well.
saying. He'd put up points. He'd get up yards, but he just doesn't.
I think it's situational football, and I think also his defense too. Defense was there.
That defense is a little lackluster.
Defense losing games. So that's hopefully that Eric Armstrong and Darnell Savage pick up.
I just feel like even when the
Did you
ball,
talk about the
Joey Slide, the kicker that they
because
need to
they
get,
can't-
Oh yeah, you
because they
did.
can't keep a kicker.
Yeah.
Like ever since Urban Meyer kicked what's his name? Was it Jack Scobie?
Well, Scobie's way before.
It was way before. It was a vet. And he kicked him, and he basically was like, "Oh, screw this." And nobody's been able to be reliable for the Jags since. It's crazy. Like them getting a kicker is like so insanely necessary because of how that. I mean, they have lost off of kicks. That has been a couple of them. Field goals early.
Yep.
But I feel like final drives are not Justin Herbert's. They're not Justin Herbert. Trevor Lawrence.
It's Trevor. Yeah.
See,
Yeah, they're tall, long hair, and white. They look exactly like.
I think they're the same. Terrible.
Anyway,
Besides my team, this is actually one of the most I'm most excited about.
oh yeah. Well,
It's a division.
excited, but
It's a divisional. It's a division rival.
Yeah, she's still.
But I'm excited because
they look good.
They look good. Like
it looks. It's
exciting.
good for the league because it's something different.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not
Yeah.
the usual team.
yeah,
And this franchise isn't this the newest franchise in the NFL?
they're baby.
I believe it is.
And they have been horrible since inception.
Yeah.
So
And now you have a second-year head coach, second-year quarterback that both made the playoffs in their first year. So
Yeah.
they're already like playoff, championship caliber playing in games. Like they're
Yeah.
already there. And now you're getting them into a second year where now they're going to be able to, do it on purpose.
Well, the problem a little bit though. Now we have on record, we have on film exactly what people do exactly. So that I've seen the second year don't go quite as well as the first because now we know
I would
we're
agree with
studying
you.
his ticks. We're studying. Oh, you see when he do this, like so that second year.
I would
That
agree with
second
you.
year could be a little bit more difficult than the first year.
But
I've
when you
seen
go
really,
from
really good quarterbacks.
a B running back like was it Devin Singletary?
Yeah.
Who's a good running back, a solid B, to an A running back like Joe Mixon, who is a weapon,
Yeah.
not just a guy on your team.
Yeah.
And then you add Jeff Okudah to the secondary. You add Danico Autry to the secondary. You add Azeez Al-Shaair. Well, not Danico Autry to the secondary, but to the linebacking core. Azeez Al-Shaair to the linebacking core. And Danielle Hunter to the linebacking core. You've got new people to have to account for that are going to do their own thing.
They didn't re-sign Noah Brown. We saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's so young.
Tank Dell's going to come
Yeah.
back.
From that injury, yeah. They missed him in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's so it's such a young team too.
They
so
re-signed
you
Dalton
keep-
Schultz.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about contracts.
The thing about it is that team is going to be nasty.
Yeah.
And think about it this way: whatever they draft is just added.
Well, I mean, if it's a good year for Texas, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We think that's going to be the same for all of Texas.
Why not? Why not? I'm all
Lightning
for
doesn't
it.
strike
I wish you well, Texas.
I'm all for it. Go Texas.
Yeah.
I just think some people in Texas just sleep. I don't know.
Like the
But you know what? It
Oh.
could be dead at the same time. It could be age. But
Oh,
you know.
he know what he's doing. I'm not even going to
Yeah.
entertain y'all.
But I'm so happy
I'm
to
not
go
even
to this
gonna-
next.
I'm
I'm happy to
not
go to this
even
next team.
entertaining y'all.
Let's turn the mic for a minute. Ooh, try to sing because you got anything Steelers.
Tennessee Titans. Finally
Finally.
done something in free agency I can be
I
happy
know.
about.
I mean, you got rid of Derrick Henry. Oh,
See,
that's
But
bad.
they added
that was a
Cole
dig.
Palmer.
That
But at
bastard,
least he
though.
went to a team who knew how to recruit him.
Hold on. Yeah, like y'all lost Derrick Henry. That sucks. But the number one prospect to sign him let him go to Baltimore. So
Okay, who said who's gonna go after him?
He thought so.
The world-
The league in the world
They
thought
said
so.
he asked for just a little much.
Really? 2 years, $16 million.
Maybe that was a little much. You got contracts. So
Who? No one told you to sign a buck. Never mind. We're talking about Dallas. Talking about Tennessee.
we talking about
the
Yeah.
We're talking about the
We're talking about Titans.
That's
So
what it is.
what we signed, we got Lloyd Cushenberry, the center.
Very
we definitely
good
needed to
D-line
do. We
or
definitely need to
offensive
do
line
that.
help.
We got Tony Pollard from Dallas.
Yeah, I see. You welcome. I like Ridley.
I still think Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears are the same sides of same sides of the coin. But I digress.
I think that's the thing with Dallas. I think we
I'm
had
gonna-
two of the same type of running backs.
I'm gonna wait and see. We got Chidobe Awuzie. We got a cornerback back there. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
We got Calvin Ridley.
To go out there with DeAndre
DeAndre Hopkins. I can't believe we still have Traylon Burks. I hope he gets traded.
Hey, he's in number 3. I think he can function as. He's done some. He's had some downfield success.
He has been on this man. Like he's trying to keep it
I'm
positive.
saying I don't think he's
And then-
terrible.
and
I
then
just
we-
don't think
and
he's
then
a
we-
great receiver.
And then we got L'Jarius Sneed from the Chiefs. And I'm not gonna lie to you, we didn't break the bank. We still have like $39 million left over in cap space. I mean, and money to spend. And I hear we're still trying to go for Justice Simmons. So
From
the Broncos safety.
Oh,
So I heard we're trying to talk to him.
Yeah.
that would be an
And
addition.
all I'm gonna say is let Rand cook. That's what they've been saying. Because I was very, very hesitant when we got him, and him and Vrabel weren't really feeling each other.
Yeah.
And Vrabel got kicked.
Gone,
but-
and Derrick Henry gone.
But I can also see that we're changing our mind. We got Brian Callahan in here. He's going to open up the offense. We're going to stick with Will Levis, and we're going with people to spread our offense, have speed on the side. So I understand
the kid's
why.
got a cannon. If you can get receivers downfield, he can get it to them.
I'm looking forward. So, and they're saying at number 7. Now I'm saying they say if Harrison or Neighbors is there, go for them. Like I said,
I'm hearing Joe Alt.
no. They said yes. Joe Alt should be what we go for because we sure up that left side. We got Lloyd Cushenberry, then we got Skronsky. Put Joe Alt on his left side. Whole left side is solid. Solid.
Yeah.
So, and we need that because we haven't had a good left tackle since Taylor Lewan. I miss him. Never thought I would say that.
He could just stay healthy.
Yeah, that knee. No, the doctor's fault, man. That ACL, man. That left knee was all messed up. Whatever one it was just all messed up. I personally, we didn't have the best pickups and stuff out of all the teams in the division. We're second behind Houston, I believe. I think Houston killed free agency.
It's a little easier to kill when everything's a big up because you're already a good team.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, but I'm happy. I am happy thoroughly with what we've done. I'm excited. Like you guys have heard me I have been like we're gonna be in the bottom division for the next like 3-4 years. That's what I said. And
it's making you optimistic. That's a dangerous thing in football.
Optimism is
Medianly optimistic.
like it's
That's
just.
the
I'm
dangerous
happy
thing in
to.
football.
I'm more happy to see that at least we're doing something.
I know.
Because before we didn't really do a lot.
You'll probably outdo the Colts.
Oh,
It's safe to say they'll probably outdo the Colts.
Yeah, look, I think personally, I still think we'll probably be, like they said, probably the Colts. But I'm looking up for surprises. I got to understand we have a first year coach, new offense, new pieces. I'm hoping we go. Be real, 9-8, 8-9. But I'll take the outside shot. And 11-6.
10-7.
No, 11-6.
11-6. Whew. I can see it.
So, I don't know. I am definitely excited.
I'll say that when I see it.
Because the Jags added an arsenal, and I'm still like, I got to see it because I've seen them have an arsenal, and I'm still like, no.
So this is free agency. We're early in the league year. We've technically the league year started when free agency started, so it's only 3 weeks in, and we can only speculate. But I'm excited, and I hope to see. Obviously, a month from now will be draft. The draft will be. Yeah, actually, we're shooting draft day the very first day. That's Thursday, isn't it? The 27th is when it starts. No, April
No,
20,
April.
April 27th is when it starts,
Yes.
and I think we should be
So
shooting
we should
that
be.
day.
We'll probably be shooting either right
Ooh.
during or
Should
right.
we try to shoot? Oh, I'm sorry, we're speculating.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
why?
that's a good idea. Well, I think that's a good idea, but we'll get back to that. I mean, we still have 2 divisions to take over for
NFC,
free agency. We got
NFC
the
West,
AFC and NFC West. We'll take, obviously, that'll be who next week
Somebody
is.
needs attention.
This cat is so spoiled.
She needs.
Um,
Somebody needs
Get
attention.
her out of there.
I'm sorry. You get down. You can get yourself in trouble.
You.
Come on. We'll love it. We'll love later. Okay.
Animals. No, I'm just playing. I'll let the cat.
We love
But
pets here. I said we love pets here.
Oh.
I know what I thought you said too. I'm sorry, we misheard you. I mean,
We aren't safe.
Yeah.
This show isn't safe for children, but
it's not necessarily,
It should be, but some
It-
people.
you know,
we curse from time to time.
Football's for
because we're
everybody.
adults and that's how adults talk.
Yes.
We use adult words.
Big boy words.
Yep.
Like kitty cat, right?
Anyway, I think that's just about it for this week. We went over them bullshitting our game with the hip drop tackle ban. I
So
know I just
next
can't
week we
talk.
talk about who we talk
AFC
about
South,
this?
NFC
The
South
West?
next week.
Yeah, NFC West,
West
NFC
this
West.
is?
Yes, we're out
All
west.
the West.
We're out west next
We'll
week.
be out
Wow,
west.
wow, West.
Yep.
Oh, I just tell my age.
Wild West. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, people. We need more comments from you guys.
Yes, like don't talk about football. Like, what are you hearing? I want to know what you hearing.
If you don't like what we said,
Tell us.
argue about it.
You know, he's always wrong. Let him know.
We love to argue.
You know,
So
I do like to argue, but
Usually right. But anyway,
okay. So,
we'll start keeping track of our rights.
oh, you don't want to do that.
Our right counter.
don't worry. This season, we're definitely gonna have our records. We're gonna have so much more. So
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna see who's right.
I'm a pan. We're gonna put out like players we think are gonna be busts, players we think are gonna be wins. and at
I
the end of
was
the
right
season,
a lot
oh,
last year, though. Y'all like it was a few people y'all laughed and scoffed at me, and then
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, you laughed at me.
I did. We were like,
Yeah, hang on,
you
we
laughed
did.
at
Mike
me.
Tomlin is finally
I
having
was
his
like,
losing season, and you were like,
Pittsburgh
nope.
is not having a losing season. It's
I
not
said
gonna
fire the
happen.
man. I was saying fire him.
I was like,
So
I told you, and then Love, I was like,
Yep. It was
yeah,
like he's
yeah,
a bum.
yeah.
Yeah, bum rock. Like,
I think he got.
Let's not
something.
forget Jay's tirade on Lamar.
to be fair, what happened when he got in the playoffs against Kansas City?
He very much Lamar'd it
He
up.
Lamar'd it up.
It was a Romo moment.
Hey, you got a second MVP.
And then
Yeah, but then
that's what, I'm not saying he can't do it in the regular season. He always does it in the regular season.
look,
I'm
all we
saying-
do, all we have is a bunch of regular season. What's that word I'm looking for? Savants. There's only very few who are playoff people.
That was what was weird about Eli because
Yeah,
he was
it's
very
the playoffs,
like, wow, he's a
He gets to the play. He
And
gets
why
to
am
the
I going
playoffs.
to turn it on now?
Because even the Green Bay that we lost, it was all drops. He was nailing people. He was putting the ball right on them. Like
They weren't ready.
There was like 5 drop touchdowns in that game.
That's very,
I think
very
it was like
true.
2 or 3 from Odell, and then like
And you
2 or
can't
3
be like,
from
oh,
Sterling
this is,
Shepard.
and he
No,
dropped
one
it.
from Sterling Shepard and one from Victor Cruz.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is going? But
I think
Eli was.
Odell had a big one he dropped, didn't
He
he?
had 2 where he beat the defense and he dropped it going down the field.
Yeah.
And then he had 1 where he was crossing in the back of the end zone and they hit him in his chest.
And that one was it. Yeah, that.
He just
Then
couldn't
on
believe
the
it.
opposite side, Sterling Shepard got behind the defense and dropped 1, and then Victor Cruz got behind the defense and dropped 1.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And it
They
was
thought
like,
he was about to do it
dog.
again because they had a worse season that year, didn't they?
Yeah.
A record that year.
yes, we had gone like 0-6 or something.
It was
Like
something
everybody was like,
crazy.
"You got to be kidding me!"
They about to do it again. Like, yeah.
But
Anyway, reminisce. I like to reminisce about
yeah,
football.
that was the last time that my team was good.
I don't even want to
That's
talk
not even
about
true.
it.
They made the playoffs just 2 years ago. I'm not saying they were decent.
It was a year ago, but
Hey, they were good because they made the playoffs.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that. That means everyone else. Well, that was a good.
Hang on,
I
people
wasn't
got
afraid of the division that
people
year.
got paid off
Like,
of that.
that's
off of
actually-
That's
that.
true.
that
Daniel
was-
Jones got that contract because
So-
of that season and beating Minnesota.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, I
I've
stopped.
been inside Xavier McKinney.
That's good. That's gonna. We'll talk about.
We'll
that
talk.
later.
Anyway, all right, y'all. I'll let you next time. Peace.